Hey, y'all, this is Casey Hope with Pizzazz, and I'm back with another 10-minute challenge. I'm going to show you how to paint this in 10 minutes or less, and we're going to do some lettering too. Now, I am recording from home today, so you might hear some dogs in the background. We'll see. So, anyway, here I go. Remember, every single week I do this, I am challenging you to do it along with me too. Let's see if you can create something fun in 10 minutes. If I do it, one of you is getting a fun prize. All you got to do to be entered to win is be sure to be subscribed to this channel, leave us a comment, and like the video. All right, so I'm going to put it to the side. I'm going to my paint. Oh, of course, there goes the dog. Hey, Kay, get me a glass of water too. And I forgot my water, but that's okay. I'm going to lay out all of my paints. Kay, will you give me some water, please, for like painting? All right, here we go. I've got my paint brushes, got my pencil, my marker, all the things. All right, here we go. I'm going to hit the timer and go. 10 minutes. Here we go. I'm going to sketch out just a section first. I want to be not take the full page. Okay, so just a section. Make it come over a little bit more. This is not going to be completely centered just because as I started it, I'm like, I want it to be a little more rectangle. Here's going to be my vase. Just sketching that out quickly, sketching out where I want the florals to be quickly. Thank you, Kate. You could have gotten not the fancy cup, but it's okay. We'll use a fancy cup. All right. And then let's see, we'll do the other later. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and do Joy Comes in the Morning with my marker first. So this is with a Sharpie marker. I'm doing this first just because of time's sake, because I don't want to have to wait for the background to dry. So I do my two main words. Comes in. Oh gosh, I forgot the word morning. I forgot another one too. Joy comes in the morning. All right, not super prepared here. All right, so here we go. I'm going to thicken those down strokes just on my main things. All right, so you've seen right off the bat, I'm challenging myself to do this quick. Circumstances might not be the best. I'm not in a fancy studio today. I forgot some of my supplies. We got a dog barking, and I forgot a word already right out the gate and had to squeeze it in. But even with all of that, not being like having all the right supplies, not having the perfect setup, I can still get the benefits of art, which comes from just sitting down and creating with my hands. All right. So I'm still going to get those benefits, even though everything's not perfect. I'm going to start putting in some blue and purple in the background. And the reason I am saying that to you is because sometimes I have found that people make excuses. Not sometimes, a lot of times. People make excuses as to why they can't create art. You see, they want to, they have a desire to want to create more and make time for art, and they love it when they do it. They just don't have time. We hear that over and over and over. And so, what we want to show you is that yes, you can make time because it doesn't have to take a lot of time. You don't have to have everything to be perfect. You don't have to have all the right everything, supplies, setup, circumstances. You can pull out a sketchbook and just start playing. You might not have a perfect piece of art when it's done, but you will have enjoyed the benefits of it, and something good is going to come out of it. There's just so much fun when you add peace and play into your everyday with drawing and painting and lettering. So that's what we are here to encourage you to do. All right, so you just see that I'm doing blues and purples, kind of mixing the two. You can mix colors like this with a watercolor when they are colors, that are close to each other on the color wheel. You want to make sure you're not going to mix colors that's going to turn brown. These are not. These are both cool colors. So I can trust that they are going to just look good together. They're not going to turn brown in that background. All right. I like it. I like it. I like it. All right. So now I'm going to clean that brush. I'm going to go to more of a navy blue. This is my Secure Koi watercolor set. All right, down here, I'm gonna do a little bit of an outline. I'm gonna try very hard not to touch my background because when wet touches wet, oh man, I've already messed up. I was supposed to do the greenery around the flowers. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. Let me tell you, here's some real talk. Today has for real been a lot for me. And I know it has been going from one thing to the next thing, to the next thing, to the next thing. And so many things on the to-do list that didn't get done. And so many things I still need to do before, before the day is over. And that's just the reality of it. So it's being reflected in kind of how I'm painting, but I'm still making time to do it. Still making time to do it. All right. Those days are when it's most important, really, to take the time to do it. Might be hard to make yourself sit down and start it, but they are the days that you need it the most, the peace and play. So as you can see, I really just put in some different shape and pattern. And now I'm going to switch color palettes because this little one has a really like a pretty pink. This is the tropical set. All right, I've got 4 minutes left. All right, so with this, I'm going to get this pink. I got this little pink right here. I'm adding the water to it. All right, so right in the middle, I'm gonna do little bitty curves. Okay. And then as it gets bigger, I'm going to touch my brush to water and kind of loosen it a little bit on those outer edges. Okay. So I'm going to do that again. A little tight, kind of like a C and a backward C. These tight little inner curves. Then as it gets bigger, I'm rinsing that brush off. I'm touching just that outer portion. And I don't want it to be like a perfect circle. I'm just, that running into that, totally fine. I think it's pretty. Okay, adding the water. All right, now I should have done the greenery first, okay? On my sample over here, I did that greenery first before the background. Me trying to speed paint, I didn't think super clearly and didn't do that. So here we go. I'm getting a little bit of a green. I'm going to see if it will overlap into some of this background, making sure that it's somewhat dry. You know what? Even if it's not, it might have this kind of cool look. You may see just how we turn oopses into beautiful oopses. So just do little leaves, little greenery coming out. Like that being all loosey-goosey in the background, there's something about it that I like. Even though it's not what was planned, there's something that kind of looks fun about it just being color in the background that's not super defined. So I think I may even go to a little bit of a darker green. So let's see, do I want this one? Also have this one. That one might be too much. We'll go here. Okay, and just kind of putting it in. Whoa, that's way too much. Going to pick some of that up with my brush and just kind of move it to some other places so that it's not just in one spot. Kind of add little speckles of the greenery, kind of all out in the outside. And I'm almost done. I kind of want to do another layer of this blue down here. And I could definitely work back into this as it dries, like let it dry just a bit and then come back into it. But probably not gonna have time right here. I am looking at the clock. We have got like 57 seconds left. So I'm going to call it quits. So here we have it, super quick lettering and florals and wet on wet in the background. So I sat down for 10 minutes. And I just had fun. I just had fun on my page. And you can do it too, y'all. You can do it too. So I hope that all my mistakes and my accidents and my not being fully prepared, even though they truly were all accidents, I really didn't have my water cup and I really did forget the word "the" and I really did forget all of the greenery in the background. But I hope that that shows you that you don't have to be perfect. Just sit down and create art. I hope you are encouraged to pick up some watercolors and a brush and a sketchbook. This size sketchbook is really great size. I'll show you what the front looks like. Well, never mind. I painted the front of this one, so you can't see. So I painted the front of mine to look like this. It says Peace and Play, but it's just a Canson watercolor sketchbook, and it's just fun to keep with me, just to pop out and paint and letter and have fun. And then, if you wanted to, you could cut this out. Send it to somebody as a postcard, make it a card, however you want. But there you go. We did it in barely 10 minutes or less, but we did it. So once again, y'all, if I did it, so can you. Don't make the excuse that you don't have time. All right. See ya. See ya.